Good morning. Happy Monday. It is time for just a word from the Word. Our passage this morning comes from the book of Psalms, Psalm 126, verses 5 and 6. Here's what it says in the King James Version. They that sow in tears shall reap in joy. He that goeth forth and weepeth, bearing precious seed, shall doubtless come again with rejoicing, bringing his sheaves with him. Let me read this from the English Standard Version. Those who sow in tears shall reap with shouts of joy. He who goes out weeping, bearing the seed for sowing, shall come home with shouts of joy, bringing his sheaves with him. Okay, full disclosure. Um, when I got done with Psalm 126 this morning as part of my Bible reading, my first reaction was bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves. We shall come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves. We shall come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves. And if you thought of Little House on the Prairie, you are not alone. It's where my brain went with this passage this morning, bringing in the sheaves, or the beginning of that seed sowing. We want harvest. We expect harvest. We call it revival, but really it's ought to be harvest. Revival is for those in the church. Harvest is for those not in the church. We call it harvest. We ought to call it harvest. And harvest is my soul's desire. I want to see souls saved. I want to see people come into the kingdom every single day. I want to reach souls every single day. But harvest will never come if seeds are not sown. And it's interesting because we make it, unfortunately, our culture thinks that it all has to be with lights and strobes and all of that. There's nothing wrong with it, per se. But seed sowing is sharing the word of God with as many as you can and putting the prayer and the intercession behind it. If you want harvest, you're going to have to sow seed. If you want harvest, you're going to have to dig into intercessory prayer. So, short, sweet, simple. If you want to bring in the sheaves, you've got to be a seed sower. And that's going to have to come with knowing the Word of God enough to share, and then putting the prayer, the intercession, the fasting behind it so that there can be harvest. That is just a word from the Word this morning. God bless you. Have a beautiful day. Thank you for those that prayed for me for yesterday. Appreciate that as always. But God bless you, and Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow morning.